how to add a logo in Google Docs. So we're going to add a logo. In effect, we're going to make a business letterhead. So we're going to add our logo, our address. I'm also going to show you how to add a watermark. So you'll have a watermark on the page, and then we're also going to add some stuff in the footer. The watermark, I'll show you, that isn't printed edge to edge, but I'll show you how you can add your graphic or a watermark, and that will show if you've got an edge to edge or a borderless printer, it will show to the edge, or if you send it out as a PDF, they'll see it on their screen or on their PDF, edge to edge. So it'll go over the edge like that, more of a professional print if you're adding a graphic to it. So the first thing we need to do is go over to Google Docs, start a new doc. Now we're going to use the top of the page, the header. So I'm going to double click that. I'm going to insert a table. So we'll go insert table, and basically we want a left and a right. Then I'm going to insert the logo on the left hand side. I don't know if different parts of the world have it different on the right or the left. I don't think there's no fixed rule. So we want to go to insert image, and we're going to upload from computer. I could actually drag it across as well. We'll go with this one. Open. That's there. What I could have done, if I want the elements more to the left and the right of that I could, at the top here, just move that across there. So I'm not using, again, I can change these in document settings. Now we want to grab the address. Now I'm going to put the whole address in, and then I'm going to do a variation where I'm going to put that down the bottom. So depending to the type of business, you might not want to overemphasize your address. So if you're a service area type business and you don't generally have appointments there, you might not want to overemphasize the address. So I want to align this to the right alignment. No, I shouldn't have selected that. We'll go left alignment on that one. I'm also going to change the font. Go Poppins, normal. Now the gaps between each line, I can actually, so I'm not on about this gap here, I'm on about these gaps here. I can actually decrease that by going to the line and paragraph spacing. Let's have a custom space, and I'll go, should we go 0.5? Let's see what that looks like. And as you see, that's way too tight. So let's go custom 7. So that's tightened up the address. And let's return cage that. Now you can, if you want. So I could have that just as a T. I think most people know what things are nowadays, but let's do this for crafting's sake. So I might actually highlight the T. We'll bold that. We'll bold the E. And we'll bold the W. Now the frame, the border around that we don't actually want. So I'm going to select that all, go to the right hand side, and I'm looking for border color, or in this case I can go border width. I've got two options here. I can go border color and make it white if I'm generally going to be printing on white, or I can go border width. So if I show you on that, so I can just change that to white, and you'll see the borders disappeared from here. Or let's select that again, then the border color, Let's go back to black. So there's the border color. And if I highlight that again, so there's two options, either change the color or border width. This is how wide it is. And if I go naught, regardless of what color it is, because there's no width on the border, that's disappeared. Now we want to add, so that's it. That could be it if you wanted that as your letterhead. And what we want to do is insert a watermark. So this could be either a representation of your logo, or say you're a archery or you're a beautician. It might be something that represents yours. So if it's an archery, you might have a bullseye as a thin watermark, or if you're a travel company, you may have some landscape or something like that. So let's insert. So insert. And it is page elements, that's down here. So it's insert, page element, and then we go to watermark. Choose what we want to add as the watermark. So I'm going to upload, I've just got our logo, but as I said, this could be a picture of, so let's pick this. Is that the bigger one? Is that the bigger one? We'll go with that. You want a reasonable size one, because obviously it could be representing quite a lot of the page, and you want the quality to be good. Now, that's right in the center. I don't actually want that right in the center. So I am going to, can I go here? Let's move that out of the way so you can see. So I want more image options. So when you click that, that's on the right-hand side. It gives you some control bar points around the image. So I want this, in this case, I want it down. And I'm going to rotate it. Let us know in the comments, what's your business? What type of business do you have? And you can see it's off the page. So if you're having difficulty or fun trying to position it, what we can do is use the position and then use that to move it left and right. So that's the X. If you're one of those that always have challenges remembering X and Y, leave it in the comments. My way of remembering X is a no, so that's left and right, and Y is a yes, so up and down. So if that was helpful, don't forget to tap subscribe. You get more nuggets of information. But in fairness now, we'll be concentrating on tools to grow your business. So once you've got a website, managing emails and stuff like that. So if that's useful, tap subscribe. As you can see, I've gone over at the bottom of lapped, and on the right hand side I've just lapsed it. So if that's okay there. So if you had a borderless printer, again, when you create a PDF, they'll see this as we're looking at it on the screen. So that's that. So I can say file, save, publish to the web, download a PDF. That's what we want. Download a PDF. That should come. We'll do the footer in a moment when I can find where that's gone. There it is. So if I open that up, you'll see on as a PDF. So we've got the top there, and it's lapping on the bottom and on the right. Again, I wouldn't necessarily have it this dark. And if you want to change the opacity, if we go back to here where we've got image options, let me close that again. So more image options, we can change the opacity up and down here. So it's really representing a watermark. I can imagine if you've got a landscape, if, as I said, if you're a travel company or you do archery or something like that, something that represents that, particularly if you're not printing and you're sending it as a PDF. And that way we're not wasting ink. Now, at the bottom, what you might want, if you're a service area business, you might not want your address at the top, and that goes at the top. Now, if we come to the bottom, the footer, double click that. Now we're in the footer. I'm going to paste that. Now I want that to be centered. So I will go and center that, because obviously we don't want the, so if that was on one line and the telephone number at the top, basically the main focus we want is people to be, I could have kept the name at the top there. So that will be the footer. The top here, we'll just drop the name. So that would be your letterhead, address at the bottom, watermark at the back, and then your logo.